Hi all are welcome to THiNC Institute of Design. Myself Chandu Chandran. Today we will be discussing some previous year questions. I couldn't say it's a previous year question because the last month question. Okay, it's from the April 2021 NATA examination question paper we are going to discuss now. And we will be focusing on non-verbal reasoning only today, and you can get other videos related to other topics from our channel itself. So everyone subscribe our channel for future videos also. So I think there is no need of that much introduction for NATA 21 examinations because it had done a lot of changes. It brought about a lot of changes in the examination pattern. So different types of questions has been included. And now we are going to discuss few questions, especially non-verbal questions from the question paper itself. And we are going to discuss how these answers are coming. Okay, so let's start from the first question. It's a figure counting question. Usually figure counting questions are there in the NATA examination, but seems to be a complex figure. Plenty of squares are there, and the question itself asks you to count the number of squares here, and it is a numerical answer type question. You need to give a number as the reply, or you need to give a number as the answer over here. So actually it's a complex figure. We have to split this complex figure into two different figures. Here you can find a 4x4 mesh. Here you can find a 4x4 square mesh like this. I'll draw a miniature of it. Okay. So a 4x4 mesh is here. And you need to count the number of squares over here. Along with that, you need to count this 2x2 mesh also. Okay. So this is the question. So whenever you are getting a mesh like this, whenever you are getting a square mesh like this, we call it as mesh. Okay. So whenever you are getting a n into n mesh like this, then you count like this: 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus etc. up to n square. Actually, we are having a 4x4 mesh over here. The number of squares in this 4x4 mesh will be equal to 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. What's the answer? 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. Okay. 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. The answer is 30. Okay. In this square mesh, you are getting 30 squares. Now, one more shape is here. Okay. A 2x2 mesh. Similar rule we are using here. 1 square plus 2 square equal to 5. How many similar squares are there? One over here, second one over here. So 2. So 5 into 2 equal to 10. So the total number of squares over here is 30 plus 10. That is 40 squares. Sorry, 40 squares you can count over here. Is it clear? Okay, so this way, these kinds of questions are progressing. Now we can move on to another question. Here also the counting is the matter. You need to count the number of cubes over here. Okay, I'm just isolating it into two pieces. So the first piece I will draw separately like this. Okay, this could be my first piece. So how many cubes are over here? How many cubes are here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, 1, 2. Okay, 3 and again a 3. 3 into 3. So 9 and 1 cube over here, 9 plus 1. So 10 cubes are here. Okay, in this part you can find 10 cubes. Similarly over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here also you can see 3 into 5 plus 1, that is 15 plus 1, that is 16. So total, okay, so total 16 plus 10. How many cubes you can find here? 26. This is also a numerical answer type question. Okay, this is also a numerical answer question. The next question is from the portion of dice. Okay, so not this point, because one more question is from the dice and it shows the importance of dice. I will discuss it later. Okay, so the dice. The first question is asking you about the numbers. Okay, actually the sum of the numbers which are parallel to the ground. That is asking. So parallel to the ground means it will be sum of the numbers on top and bottom. They are asking about the sum of the numbers on the top and bottom. So now we have to look into the opened up dice. Here you can find 4 at the center. So which number is having no direct contact with 4? It is 3. So 4 and 3 are opposed to each other. Okay, now move on to 2. So in case of 2, who is not having direct contact? In the middle there you can find 4, and after 4 you can find 6. So 2 and 6 are opposed to each other. And the only one pair remains is 1 and 5. Okay, so in the die number 1, this is my die number 1, this is my die number 2, this is my die number 3, and this one is my die number 4. So 4 dices are with me. So in the first dice, 5 is on the top. So from there, I can assume that 1 is at the bottom. So the numbers on the top and bottom are 5, 1. Similarly, on the die number 2, the adjacent sides are 4. Okay, if 4 is over here, then its opposite side is 3. That we had inferred. Okay, and if 5 is on the right side, its left side will be with which number? 5 is on the one side, 1 will be on the other side. Okay, because they are opposite numbers. So only one pair remains now. We just take 4, 3 pair and we just looked into 1, 5 pair. So the remaining one is the 2, 6 pair. That is 2 and 6 are opposed to each other. Now come on to 6 and 3. Okay, so when you take the case of 3, 4 is its opposite. When you take the case of 6, 2 is its opposite. Now the only one pair remains here. It is 1, 5. Okay, so it's an easy question if you think in this way. Otherwise, you have to follow the these dice and you need to place 1 over 1 in the mind. Okay, this will take a lot of time. You can save this much time using these techniques. Now come to the last. So 1, who is opposed to 1? It is 5. Okay, so that one got engaged. 2, who is opposite of 2? 6. That one also got engaged. In the fourth die, the remaining pair is 4, 3. Now we can take the sum. 1 plus 5, die number 1, plus 2 plus 6, die number 2. Next, again a 1 plus 5. This is die number 3. Again, 4 plus 3. Okay, now we are going to take the sum. 6 plus 8 plus 6 plus 7. Okay, 14, 20, 27. So this one is also a numerical answer type question. So you need to give the answer as 27. Hope you understand the technique which we used over here. We just simply list down the opposite sides. Then we just applied it on the dice. So now we can check the next question. Actually, it is an observation based question. Okay. And the question is like this. Locate the hidden teddy bear without bow. That is the keyword here. Without the bow. And identify the segment in which located for. Example, you need to locate it like it should be in P2. P2 means this is the 2 and this is the P area. So if you are finding the answer, locate it there. Okay, if you are not at all finding there, not at all go to locate there. Okay, similar way. It is like latitudes and longitudes they are asking here. I hope you remember those things in the geography. Okay. Anyway, you need to give a answer like P bar 2, R bar 4, so on. So where you can find a teddy bear without a bow. Okay, here it is having a bow. Here it's having a bow. Everywhere it is having a bow. Okay, you can find bow over here. Okay, everywhere you can find a bow. But here you can find a teddy bear, but one eye of the teddy bear is under the other one. Okay, but actually the bow is missing here. Okay, where is this position? Where is this position? It is in the S bar 4. This is the position, S bar 4. Okay, so here you can find one teddy without the bow. Actually, the picture is not that much clear or clarity. It is not having that much clarity, the question paper itself, but you can find that the only figure without a bow is having a teddy bear over there. So the next question. Actually, it's an observation-based question clubbed with an odd one. Okay, odd type questions. Odd one questions. We had learned a lot of odd one questions in the school times, even for the entrance examination also. But the odd one examination clubbed with the observation type question is happening over here. So where you can find, everywhere you can find D, 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 but one black sheep is here. It is in the E5. Okay, so you need to locate the position. E5 is the location. E5 is the location. Now the next question. Again an observation question. So here, two images are provided. Okay, and you need to identify the differences. And based on the number of differences you are identifying, you are getting marks. Okay, based on the differences you are finding, you are getting marks. Now we can start. Okay, so here you can find a pink glass. Okay, the glass may be pink or it's filled with a juice in pink color, but it's look like a shake. So it can be considered as one different. Okay, so we just consider it as a one different number one. So the second difference is over here. Here you can find one difference over here because actually that is missing. Okay, there is no, I think it's a part of spoon. Okay, maybe a spoon or fork. Anyway, that is missing here. Now you can just look into the other things. One glass, one additional glass is over here. One additional glass is over here. Okay, and when you look here, there you can identify jeans. Okay, blue colored jeans, but actually here it is a pink colored one. Okay, anyway, there you can find one jeans and maybe a cloth of similar to blue color, and the other one is a pink colored one. That's why I just marked over there. And let's look closer. Here you can find a sort of thing, but actually it's not that much clear over here. Okay, but it is projecting in the figure, so you are able to find 5. Okay, actually if you are finding 5, you will be getting 3 marks. Okay, if you are able to find these 5 or clicking on the option B, you will be getting 3 marks. And in this question, this is a preferential type question. And if you are able to find 4, then also you will be getting a credit of 2 marks. And if you are finding one more, you will be getting a credit of 1 mark. Okay, this is the mark distribution in this question. And if you are choosing 7, you will be getting 0 marks. Okay, so this is a preferential type question. They are asked for 3 marks, 2 marks, and 1 mark. Okay, so these are the 5 differences. You can spot it over here. If it is one less or one more, there's no issue, but you will lose some marks. Okay, now again an observation based question, but it is somewhat difficult than the other questions. How it is difficult? Because this figure will be visible in our friend for the 30 seconds. Okay, this figure will be visible in our friend for the 30 seconds only, and after this 30 seconds it will get disappear, and 2 questions will be followed on this figure, and you need to point out the answers. Okay, Anyway, we will be moving directly into the questions. So practice these kinds of questions. Just concentrate on a particular image, collect all the relevant data from that image. Okay, in this building there are trees. Sometimes they will ask how many trees were there. Sometimes they will ask how many houses were there. Sometimes they will ask how many animals were there. Sometimes they will ask how many humans were there. Okay, in this way the question will move. Okay, in this way the question will come in this area. And you are having a part here. I just give you more than 1 minute. Anyway, I will get you the image as well as questions together. And in this question, the question is asked like how many benches are there in the park. But at that time, when the question comes in front of you, there will be no image like this. Anyway, how many benches are there? That's a question. You can find one bench over here. You can find the second one over here. You can find the third one over here. You can find the fourth one over here. And you can find one bench in between them, that is 5. So right answer is option D, it is 5 benches. Remember that this figure will not be in front of you while this question is coming. Next question. How many old people are there in the park? Okay. So most of the people are youngsters over here, but you can find a pair over here. So 1, 2. So right answer will be option A. Okay. Next question. So again, carefully observe the images given below. This image, again, it will be visible for 30 seconds, an observation-based question, and the questions will be followed. Okay, so the time 30 seconds, you should look into this one. And the question will be like this. How many stationery items did you see here? Stationery items. Okay, so there are 2 stationery. If instead of A comes, that means those are static objects which doesn't have any movement is asking. But this stationery means which the objects which we are used for writing or like paper, pen, eraser, things are included in the stationery. Okay, the question is asking you to find the number of stationery items. Okay, so pen, paper, eraser, things are coming there. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so the right answer is 7. That is option D. Option D, 7 is the right answer. Let's check the next question. How many objects are there which tell time, like clock? 1, 2. Any other? Yeah, here one. Third one, a watch is here. Okay, so 3. So the right answer is option A. That is 3. Okay, option A. That is 3. Next question. Again, a retention, observation-based retention question is asking. This image will be visible only for 30 seconds. Carefully observe the image. Okay, compared to the other images, it's a complicated one also. Okay, you just focus on this. Okay, so now the question is asking you, in the given tile, how many different tile patterns is given? How many unique pieces of tiles were arranged? So unique pieces. Okay, this one is a unique piece. This one is a unique piece. This one is also another unique piece, and these 4 tiles are repeatedly coming. Okay, can you find anything else? Okay, definitely not. Option B, that is 4 tiles. Okay, these 4 tiles are coming one after another. And the next question is asking you. Next question is asking you to find how many pairs are coming. Just look into the figure. How many pairs? One more question was there. How many pairs are coming? How many pairs are coming? That means which in pairs. Okay, one more question was there, but actually I missed in between, but I will get you the answer. Okay, so one pair is here. One pair is here. Okay, one pair is here. Let's check another pair. There are asked for pairs also. Okay, again. So three pairs was there. Okay, so if the question is asking you to find the number of pairs, there are three pairs. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So carefully observe the figure. Okay, for 30 seconds. And there will be two questions following this one. Okay, just focus on the colors, shapes. Okay, every things in detail, just focus on it, because within 30 seconds this question will be vanished from your view. Okay, so here the question is asking you, enter the correct color of the shape given below that appears in the geometric pattern. Okay, so there are four options are provided, and you need to find a geometric shape. Okay, in the options there are a similar geometric shape like a bot is given, and you need to identify where that geometric shape is coming, and you can find it over here. What is its color? It is red. It is red, blue, green, or magenta. Okay, that's the question. Okay, actually it is green. Actually it is green. You can find one over here, one over here, one over here, and the other one over here. Okay, similarly we can check the next question. Again, one more shape is shown, and it is now asking you to find the number of times it had come here. Number of times. Okay, so just focus where it had been. Okay, just focus on its location. Just focus on its location. You can find one over here. You can find one over here. Even you can find one over here. One over here. So four. Only four. At four corners you can find. Okay. Four corners you can find them. Next question is also based on the same pattern, same model. Okay. Observation and retention type questions are coming from non-verbal reasoning over here. Okay. Now they are giving importance to observation. This should be noted. So 30 seconds are provided, and you will be having some questions on based on this figure. Okay, different types of leaves are given. Okay, different types of leaves are given, and I think flowers also included. Let's check. The question is, how many times does the leaf appears? Here one leaf who is having a slope towards the left. Okay, so one. This is the second one. Two. Okay. Third one. Three. Fourth one. Okay. So other leaves are on the what towards the right side. So I think only four is there. That's the answer. Okay, you can find four leaves over here. Okay. Next question. It's asking about a color. How many times does the given color appears? It had appeared in this flower. Flower number 1, flower 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes they will ask how many times this flower has come. Okay, at that time also the answer is 7. Okay, now they ask for the color. Okay, let's move on to the next question. A direction based question is provided here. So just draw the direction arrows we can find. North, south, east, west. Two more lines I am drawing. This is northwest. This is northeast. This is southeast, and this is southwest. Okay. So these are the directions, and just see, arrow number 1 is towards. Arrow number 1 is towards north. Arrow number 2. Arrow number 1 is towards north. Arrow number 2 is towards northeast. Arrow number 3 Arrow number 3 is towards east. Arrow number 4 towards southeast. This is arrow number 4. Arrow number 5, what's the direction? It is towards south. Arrow number 6, this is the arrow number 6, it is towards southwest. So obviously the next arrow will be towards west. That is option B. Okay, simply we can find arrow is towards west. Okay, so simply you can solve this question. Again, next question is also from dice. Hope you remember we had solved one more question earlier from dice. And from here, a square is having a rectangle and triangle as adjacent side. And the base of the triangle is parallel to one of the edges of the square that you have to focus. So when you come to option C, we can simply eliminate this option because they are adjacent side. Okay, and in the option they are opposite. Triangle and rectangle are opposite. So we couldn't consider it. So option C eliminated. Now just come over here. When we fold this, the longer side will be parallel to one of the edges of the square, the longer side of the rectangle. Actually, the smaller side of the rectangle is parallel to the edge of the smaller rectangle. So option A eliminated. Now, when we fold here, one of the edge will be parallel to the edge of the smaller edge of the rectangle. But in case of the triangle, the base not at all parallel. The top vertex is coming in the direction of the edge of the small square. So option B eliminated. Now come here. When we fold it, this area will come over here. So they will be parallel. Okay, the base of the triangle will be parallel to the edge of the square. So we can choose option D as the answer. Okay, option D is the answer. So the next question is from projection. Okay, the next question is from projection. Identify the correct side view for the given 3D volume. Okay, identify the correct side view for the given 3D volume. Just observe from this side. Okay, just observe from this side. So you can, because actually all the options are similar to a view from this side. That's why I just drawn my arrow over there. Okay, so you can find one slope. Okay, so option B as well as D is not having that slope. It is eliminated. Even you can count the number of surfaces visible from this direction. One over here, second one, third one, and the fourth one. Okay, so four surfaces. Okay, four surfaces and this slope, fifth one, is clearly visible from this direction. And then the next figure, the slope was towards this direction. So we couldn't see this one from this direction. Okay, that's why I not at all counted this. Because the slope is towards this direction, it is not at all visible from here. But when you visible from here, this one will be visible. Okay, so 5. Just come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 surfaces are visible. Actually, the surface is not visible. So option A is eliminated. Simply option C. We will simply reach the answer. Option C. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Again, it is from projection. You can use the principle which we had learned from the previous question. Just have a view from the direction of the arrow. Which one exactly looks like this? Just count the surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 surfaces. So let's check the options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, option A. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Option B is obviously wrong answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, option C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, option A, C, D remains now. Just look into the figure. There you can find a surface like this. Okay. You couldn't find it in D. Eliminated. You couldn't find it in D. Even in C, these are equal, but not over here. Okay, because the difference in length are there. So option C is eliminated. Simply option A. With your observation skills, you can simply solve these questions. Okay. So we can, let's move on to the next question. So which of the given three-dimensional composition given below can pass through the cutout panel? That's the question. So let's observe the cutout panel. How many squares it can accommodate? It can accommodate 1 over here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sixth one over here. So it can accommodate 6 squares. And we need to look into the options, which is having 6 squares in a particular view. Okay, we need to rotate it. And that rotation is also we have to do here. For top view, side view, right side view, we can look into the options. But now I'm just only focusing on the option C for the convenience of time, because actually the C is the answer over here. Okay, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 surfaces from this direction. Okay, you can see these 6 surfaces from this direction, and the surface named 1. Okay, I will erase the numbers over here. The surface number 1 will pass through here, 2 will pass through here, 3 will pass through here, 4 over here, 5 over here, and 6. This will be the order of the blocks which is passing through that hole. Okay, so take the view from this side, and you can definitely pass through that area. So option C is the answer. Option C is the answer over here. So next question. If solids, there are 2 solids, P and Q, they are combined to form a solid R, and there will be a new solid X is generated due to the intersection of P and Q, as represented in highlight color. How many surfaces does this new solid have? This is a question. Okay, so assume the solids P and Q are identical regular hexagons with the 6 sides. So now just observe the figures. There you can find 2 hexagonal prisms, we can say, and they just combine to form a complex figure. So how many surfaces is there for the complex figure? That is the question. So just observe here. Okay, so there you can find 1 surface. I will draw it because hexagons are clubbed together here. There you can find hexagons when you look from all the directions except from front and rear. Okay, front and rear side we couldn't find the hexagons. Okay, I will draw once again. So you can find 2 parallel lines. When you look from the top, this is the view you are getting. This is the top view you are getting. When you look from here, okay, into that shape. When you look from here, okay, what is you are getting? When you look from here, you are getting a hexagon like this. Okay, but there you can find 1 line through the middle because it's an intersection. There will be 1 line by the other hexagon through the middle. So when you look from the top, you can find 2 surfaces over here. Okay, when you look from the right side, you can find 2 surfaces over here. On the left side also, you can find similarly a hexagon which is divided into similar 2. Okay, this is 1 and 2. Okay, so actually a hexagon is divided into 2 and they are making 2 pentagons over here. So each figure will be looks like pentagons. And from the bottom also, as like the top, from the bottom also you can locate a figure like this. It is also a hexagon. Okay, you can locate a hexagon in the bottom also. So again 2 surfaces. So how many surfaces are from right, left, top, bottom? How many are there? 8 surfaces are there. From the front, there is one rectangle, sorry, one square. Okay, from the rear side, there is one rectangle, and the front, one rectangle. So total 8 plus 2, 10. Which option? Option C. Simply you can solve these questions. Okay, the answer for this question is not complicated as like the question figure. So simply you can find 10 sides over here. Okay, so these are the non-verbal questions which has been asked from the NATA 2021 April session. And these are our JEE paper 2 toppers in the previous year. And we are waiting for uploading more photos. And it will be yours also. Okay, we are expecting your photos also coming on the list. Okay, so anyway, we will be giving preference to the top persons. So we had discussed a plenty of questions today, and hope you understand that, or hope you may note that the point. The most of the questions we are based on observation, and there you had observed that there is a particular type of question for observation and retention, memory retention. Question has been also introduced from this year onwards. So now observation pays you marks. Okay, so for similar questions, for similar videos, follow us on Telegram. We are live on Telegram, and you can subscribe our YouTube channel, THiNC Institute of Design, for similar questions and similar videos. So students practice each and every questions, and you can attain good marks in examination. All the best, guys. Thank you all.